My name is, as you can see, my name is Fernando Monroy. I graduated in 2019 in engineering, industrial engineering, and I've been working with education and technology for 4 years, 4.5. I think 4 years now. 4 years and a half. I've been working in technology and education. I started as an undergrad, and then I am working now full time with Dr. Golding, and well, the both Dr. Goldings, and also Mike Pitcher, who I believe is also one of the hosts, and he's gonna be presenting later on. But unfortunately, today he has a meeting, and he might be late if he arrives at all. And the rest of the days, we're also going to have other presenters, speakers that are going to be that we invited for that specific. So not all of them are going to be here. But okay, going back to me, my name is Fernando Monroy, and I would be very happy to answer all of your questions. This is my email. You can contact me at any time, and I'm gonna be helping you with the stipend directly. So I'm gonna be sending you the files that I'm gonna be needing for the forms that I would need from you to fill, and then you will send them to me. So I will help you in that matter.
And my name is Carla Yala. I graduated from electrical engineering a year ago, this past May 2020. Like Fernando, I've been working with teaching and technology education for a couple years now as undergrads. Mainly, we focused on a techie program, which helps kids get the tools to learn STEM. So we taught programming, how to do circuits. I'm blanking out on everything we've taught, but a lot of the different tools that we will be showing you. So we just want to make sure that teachers are as prepared as students who are, I guess, advancing super fast with technology. No, we are not employed by any school districts. We work with both Dr. Diane Golding and Dr. Peter Golding at UTEP.
Yes, we were not employed by the school districts, but we have worked with many of the school districts in those years with Techie. You might have heard of it before. And yeah, so we're very excited to continue using what we learn with the kids. And we thought that providing these tools to teachers, especially right now, so we want to take the load from you guys. We're trying to provide you with more tools and options to solve issues or to make your classes more engaging. Classes are very engaging now, but so that they can be more engaging for the students, especially online right now.
I don't know if
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll go ahead. I was just going to say, Valeria, we do work with a lot of school districts. Like the team here said that with Isleta and El Paso and Socorro ISD, you'll meet the wizard. Not today, probably. His name is Michael T. Pitcher. I call him the wizard. So he does amazing things, and he helps so many children across districts, and so we have a lot of engagement there. And anyway, so I just wanted to throw that in there, that while we're not employed by the districts, we work closely with districts across the area. And so I'm Diane, by the way. If some of you don't know me, I'm Diane Golding, and I am the person that gets to work with these great people here. I'm very fortunate. So I'm learning along with you. I'm very excited that you're all here. And I'll introduce the next wizard too. His name is Peter, or Pedro. And he's the one right in the window right below Fernando. So I'll hand it over to you, Peter.
Hey, good evening. My Valentine. So Diane is my best friend, and she's also my beloved. And I just put in the chat box website. So Mike, Diane, and I lead several efforts, and this is one of them, to advance awareness, to inspire students in schools from P all the way to 12 to consider STEM as part of their future. And so the reason that we're engaging you is you have so much influence on the students that you serve. Diane has been a teacher, in earlier days, and when we have kids come up to the door at Halloween, they'll ask for candy, but then they'll look around because they want to see where's Mrs. Golding, because she was so influential in their lives. So knowing that you influence others, we want to encourage you to realise that STEM is not a four-letter word, and that it's something that you can use as a tool to just encourage the creativity that's out there amongst all these incredible students who are just doing a wonderful job to survive. So anyway, Diane runs a program called Yes She Can, which is a really wonderful program, and she'll put in somebody will put in the chat the link to that media if they haven't already done it. And then I've had a centre at UTEP called the Centre for Research in Engineering and Technology Education that we established in 2007. And that is all about inspiring, influencing, and innovating in engineering education. So the truth is that you're all engineers. You solve problems every day. Being a teacher, it's impossible not to be an engineer because you have to design, you have to implement a solution, you've got limited resources, and you're asked to do the impossible. And they're the things that engineers do every day. So I want to greatly thank each of you for taking time out of your busy lives to be part of this program. And the reason that Carla and Fernando are here is that they have wonderful things to share with you. We're all here to help you to be successful. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. And thank you guys for joining us. We're really excited to start this program. Hopefully we'll be able to give you a lot of useful information that you'll be able to use as teachers. So today we're going to give you a brief overview of the program and a lesson about different tools to use online that we've found helpful right now in this setting. So first thing, who are we? Like some of you may know, we are a program who helps pre-service teachers get familiarized with teaching STEM. Our overall objective would be to show you that STEM is not scary. It is in fact something that everyone can use, especially as we move forward with technology. We want teachers to be able to keep up with the students and their interest. So our schedule for this semester looks like this. This is our tentative schedule. Some things might change, but overall, our classes are going to be every other week. The weeks that we don't have class, don't worry, we're still going to be available on Remo. So this link is going to be used throughout the whole semester. And on those off weeks or homework weeks, we will be here to offer you help, whether it is explaining again something that we taught or assisting you with your homework or an assignment. We just want you to be able to understand and truly be able to get the tools that we're giving you to be applied for your classroom. We will be here also if you just want to chat or give us any feedback. Feel free to join at any time. It doesn't matter if you just want to get to know us a little bit more. So this is our survey. We're going to give you 3 minutes to be able to fill out the survey. We have some responses. We do not have everyone, and we understand how not all of you guys might have gotten a chance to fill it out. So please, 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 if you haven't done so, go ahead and fill it out so that we can be able to tailor the classes that we have better to fit your needs. So we are really taking into consideration where you are at in terms of STEM. So if you don't understand technology, but you understand math or cybersecurity a lot better, then we will try to edit the workshops respectively. So I'm going to go ahead and set a yes. The survey was the one that was previously sent in an email.
Was sent out previously, Carla.
What was that, Peter?
Valeria said in the chat, is this the survey that was sent out previously in an email?
Yes, yes, it is.
So she doesn't need to. Valeria, good job.
Yes. Thank you. All right, I went ahead and put a 3-minute timer for those who haven't. We think it's not too long, but just in case. Let us know if you guys don't understand something in the survey.
Hello, everyone. As Carla was saying earlier, my name is Fernando Monroy, and I'm going to be helping during this program. And I'm going to be, sorry. It's been a really long day, so my computer is tired, and I'm also a little tired. And as Carla was saying, we're going to give you these around 2.5 minutes to continue to fill out the survey for those that haven't. We think that's more than enough time for those missing. And we also saw on your application that many of you wrote that you were not pre-service teachers, or some of you are pre-service teachers, and you might have questions whether you qualify for that qualification or if you don't. We have here Dr. Diane Golding, which would be more than happy to explain which category you fit in. And Peter, Dr. Golding, the other Dr. Golding, he will also be very happy to answer your questions. But in regards of this, in case you are unsure, feel free to ask Dr. Diane Golding. She would be more than happy to answer that question for you.
Fernando.
I think I repeated myself a lot today. But yeah, sorry. It's been a really long day. And a cold one as well. So hopefully everyone is warm today.
Be okay during the day.
I went ahead. Oh. What were you going to say?
Go ahead, Carla.
Oh, I went ahead and pasted a link on the chat. This is just like a quick sign-in, so we know who's joining us today, and we're able to keep up with emails for the students who have been able to show up. And hopefully, we don't have students who are experiencing technical difficulties. I know I did receive a couple emails earlier about not having power, so don't worry if your internet or something gets disconnected right now, or you're having technical issues. We will be uploading everything in a Google Drive for everyone to view later. And this presentation is being recorded, so you will see everything that we discuss at a later time.
Yeah, if you had an opportunity, you may have seen on the two sides some banners. In those, you're going to have the Google Drive that Carla was explaining just now. And on the other side, I think it's a link for the Google Classroom, which is one of the tools that we're going to explain later, but we're going to use it as well for this class. So feel free to click them, and that will take you directly into whatever you need.
Yes, thank you. All right, so our timer is up. Hopefully everybody was able to fill out the survey. I'm gonna go ahead and move on. So just a quick FYI, we will be taking pictures throughout the workshops, and we will be uploading them onto social media. This is just to promote what Techie Teach, STEMGrow Teach is doing, and hopefully gain more students to be able to join classes, as we want to help as much people as we can. We will have Ruby Ryan conducting most of the.
That's why Fernando's got his hair all nicely curled.
Yeah, he curled it right before to take the pictures. And Ruby Ryan will be the one screenshotting things and maybe asking you guys questions of how you're feeling about the lessons and so on. So no worries. We will not post any pictures of a student without their consent. But our STEMGrow Teach Instagram and Facebook is posted there. So if anyone would like to follow and keep track of what we're doing, we're hoping to be able to get a little bit more information out there and tips to help teachers overall. All right. So during our program, we will ask everyone to submit a final project or presentation. This project, no worries. It's just a lesson plan with the information that you've learned throughout the workshops. So anything that you find useful that you think you would be able to incorporate into your classroom. It doesn't matter if you're a math teacher or a music teacher, whatever you're going to end up being, a lesson plan that you think would help your students incorporating some of the tools that we've given you will be your project. So we're going to ask everyone to record the lesson. And this is just going to be so that we can view the actual presentation instead of everyone sitting here for an hour for each student. As I think right now we have, I'm sorry for the sirens, I don't know if you can hear them. Right now we have around like 27 participants. So depending on how long it takes, we don't want everyone to last like a full hour. So we're gonna ask everyone to record them, and we're gonna be uploading them so that students can, well, the students right now here will be able to view them and give you input. So that would be the first thing, to record it. Second would be able to create a small presentation. We're thinking about 5 minutes. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can hear the sirens. Around 5-minute presentations, just so that the students would be able to, or all of us would be able to quickly see what the lesson would be. Then you would be able, if you can create a handout, charts, extra information, anything that you think would be helpful for a student to be able to complete the task. And then we would just be able to give feedback. So no worries, this is a no judging zone. Please don't stress out about this assignment. This is for fun. We want to make sure that you guys are able to take away something from our presentations and hopefully be able to apply them. The feedback is always, or I find, very useful because, you know, you might be overlooking something. So hopefully we'll be able to get other pre-service teachers here to give you any ideas or things that might be lacking, or things or ways to improve your lesson. Okay, so all of that will be due on April 26th, and the actual presentations will be on May 3rd, which would be the last day of the program. All right, and with all of that, we can get started with tools to teach online.
So I apologize if for any reason you can hear me if I'm cutting out. I'm having tech issues. I think my computer is done for the day. So I'm sorry if for any reason I like black out or something. Yeah, I just want to emphasize once again on what Peter and Carla were saying, and Diane. This is for you guys to have fun, to learn, and to create things that your peers might find interesting and that they can use in their classroom. It's not really to like grade you or to be like, oh, you know what, you got a C or you got a D. Now this is not a class. This is a program in which we're trying to provide you guys tools for your classes to make them more fun or enjoyable for your students, just like Peter classes are.
And I just want to add that everybody here qualifies for the stipend. It doesn't matter whether you fill in pre-service or service or whatever. That's just data for us to understand who you are better. And Carla and Fernando, you're doing a great job.
Thank you, Peter. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with some tools that we believe might be useful for you guys to teach online. Or I just want to say something before that. One of you asked if Remo is free. Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, Remo is a license that you have to pay for, but it is very cool. So I think you should tell your districts to get it because it's very useful. Okay, and then the first one, sorry, the first one is a whiteboard. So how it looks. You want to say something, Peter? You're welcome to say something.
I was just going to add, Fernando, that if they are interested in using Remo for whatever purpose, they could chat with you about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Fernando and Carla and their fearless leader, Mike Pitcher, who's probably here somewhere, own the license to that and can help you if you would like to use it for some practical purpose.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fernando. Let you go on with the whiteboard.
All right, so the first tool that Fernando was going to show was a whiteboard. So we believe that having a whiteboard for the students to be able to interact with each other and be able to brainstorm is something that's very necessary, at least when collaborating with a group. This whiteboard is a free tool that is online and available for students to use. Let me go ahead and look for the link to begin a whiteboard. Oh, Fernando, do you want to go ahead? Oh, okay, cool.
Yes, sorry. I'm back again. Sorry. Okay. So as Carla was saying, this is a whiteboard that you can use, and then you can also invite your students maybe, or the students can create it to work together. So let me go ahead and copy it and put it here in the chat so that you may be able to join me. And here you can write, you can erase. So for example, we can write tech E. Right. Okay. Yeah, all of you guys are joining. So that's something that we believe is gonna be very helpful and interactive for students that like to be more hands-on and to see things on live, and that way they can be like writing their ideas or whatever they're thinking, or answering, drawing, sharing things. Because I believe you can also share here images, PDFs, presentations, documents, and that way they can all be they can express their thoughts better. So we think that it is okay. Yeah, here you go. Our wizard is here. Is this a part of Remo? Remo also has whiteboards, but this one that we're showing right now is not. It's another app that you can use, and it's completely free then for you guys to use. Let me go ahead and give you the link. Okay, so it's the I have it here. Oh, it's that one. We will be uploading everything, all the presentations, all the links, and everything in our Google Drive that you can access on the side of this Remo room. And See, actually, some of you guys are pretty good at drawing, and you can access this one from an iPad, from a phone, from an iPhone, from an Android, anywhere, and you can draw on them as well. So the next tool that we're gonna be showing you guys is Twitch. If you guys are teaching younger students, you might have heard it because it's the cool thing now, right? So many use Twitch in order for like to do gaming, and they do streaming with gaming and different things. But we have actually seen some professors on the university use it to stream their classes, which is fascinating because I think it's a way for them to adapt to the new technology that is coming. And in Twitch, you can stream and save all of your classes, so the students can access your account, and well, not your account, your profile, and they can see all of the recordings. And the same happens with YouTube. YouTube is another tool that we believe is very easy, and that you might have, more than likely you have seen it because it's very common. And YouTube, you can also save your recordings and upload them and make them, it's private, or I don't remember the other name, or Carlos said it earlier, but I don't remember. Okay, never mind. It's
Confidential.
you can make it
Unlisted,
private.
I think.
Unlisted. There you go. And so that only your students can access those recordings, and you can send them the link. Yes, thank you, Peter. Sorry. And then the next tool that we're going to be sharing today is one that we believe is very helpful, especially if you're going to be uploading it to YouTube, for example. It's a screen recorder that is called vid.io. One thing that is very cool about it is that you don't have to create like a signing or anything like that, like it's directly, you only access it, so it's directly, and then you can do a screen recording. For example, in this case, let's do my entire screen. As you can see, I have two screens right now. So we go ahead and share, and you can be recording everything. It will also record audio. So if you're having a meeting, maybe through Zoom or any other way, you can record it and then share it with your students, as we were saying, through Twitch or YouTube, and then you can record it. So we go ahead and click 3, 2, 1. And then we record some things, and it will record not only your audio, but the audio of the other person. So if they're asking questions, that will also be recorded. So and then once you have recorded it, you can edit it. You can cut the beginning, you can cut the end, you can cut some of the parts, or you can download it so you can upload it. Let's go ahead and watch the replay. And then we record some things, and it will record not only your audio, but the audio of the other person. So if they're asking questions, that will hearing back my voice. I apologize for how I sound. I'm sorry for my voice. And yes, as Carla was saying, there's no account needed. So it's directly, and that's how you download it. You don't have to do anything else. The next tool that we have is, to me, one of my favorites. What was the name? Okay, the name is vid.io, and I believe is share or screen record. Can you go back, Carla? Let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Can you go back? There you go. Let me go ahead and write it down. Oops, I added a Tio. I added an uncle there. I don't know why, but I actually added it again, but I saw it this time. Okay, so that's the link. As I was saying before, we're going to be sharing this presentation and all of the links in the Google Drive. And then the next one, Carla, is, I believe, I forget the name. Okay, QuickTime Player. QuickTime Player, you can download it as well for Windows, but it's not as friendly. If you have it on your Mac, it's going to be very easy to record your screen. It's super friendly and it's very easy to edit. The only bad thing is that it doesn't record audio directly, so you will have to add a voiceover if you're recording your screen. But it's very, very, very easy to use, and it has a very good quality. And once again, it's completely free. If you have a Mac, it's friendlier than if you have a Windows, unfortunately. And then the next tool that we are sharing today is, this one is, to me, one of the best tools that we're showing today, and is the Google Sites. So let me go ahead and share how it looks. For some reason, okay, let me see if I can change it. Because I created my Google account back when I was in 7th grade, so everything's in Spanish because I'm from Mexico. and at that time, that was very easy for me. So let me go ahead and share it. Okay, so that's how it looks. You can create it from scratch, a blank, a portfolio, an event, a project, and it's you can create one for your classes. And right now, let me go ahead and show an example that we have, which is this one. Give me just 1 second. Did I share the same one again? I shared the same one again, huh? Let me go ahead and change it. Oh, now that Citlali is bringing it up, we actually are going to be sharing with you guys a document in which, why is it not? In which we're going to be asking for tools that you believe are helpful, because we may ignore some of them because we're not aware. So we're super happy to hear back from you guys if you have any tools that you believe are helpful, that have helped you in your classes, or that you have seen, and or that you want to like play with and learn about them. So we're going to be sharing a place so that you can share those sort of things. So thank you, Citlali. I'm going to check it out as well. So here you can see, this is an example for one class that it's an engineering workshop. And here you have it. So you have the presentation, the introduction, a school, and then you have a small video that they also created.
Aspire is the engine.
Yeah, so as we were saying, they use YouTube, and then you can upload it to your classroom. So maybe you can present one of the classes, or maybe present yourself, and then later on you can add like comments, some inspirations, and here you can also tell them what are the things that are going to be needing. So for example, in this one, they're telling them they're going to do a highlighter, an engineering handout, and what kind of engineer are you handouts. So 2 handouts. That way the students can follow the website and do everything that they need. And here they added all of the presentation. So if one of the students for any reason missed it, they can go back and learn and get all of the information. Or if they have questions, they can also find them in this presentation. And then later, they can also you can also add a questionnaire for the students. So maybe like a small homework, or what do you think is missing? Or so for example here, select the type of engineering that got the most points in your graph. So that way you can track back data, and yeah, you could call it data, but you can get back the information from the students, and that can help you improve your class, or you can see if they're missing something, if they have the right questions or the right answers, and then you can see that. And also all of this is linked together in Google. So everything of these will go back to your account. So that's going to be very easy. And then they also created these very nice looking what to know, what to add, title, like a small, I forgot the name of this, like with pins with ideas, and the students can also add them, share them, like them, and add some stuff. And then here they added everything that they needed, a small video tutorial that you can also do. And then at the end, they also created this. So in that case, if you're assigning different teams, so you can put like team 1, team 2, team 3, team 4, and then they can go ahead and that will take them directly to a Google PowerPoint. So that's very easy. So I think this is very helpful. It might take you a little bit of time. I don't think it's going to be super long unless you want to make it like looking very good. But thank you, Dane. But you can make it look very good, and it's going to be very easy for your students to access. And I think you can reuse it and then modify it a little bit throughout the years. And then the next tool that we have is one that we're actually going to be using for this program, which is the Google Classroom. I think maybe you have heard of it because I think it's very known at this point due to a current situation. So we're going to be sharing, or I think you have an access on this side once we are out of the presenter mode. And then here you can go ahead and create your class, join class. So let's go ahead and create one. You have red, and then you can add the name of your class. Okay, I have just realized that I'm not sharing my screen. So let me go ahead and show that. And then let me go back. So we go here, create class. And then you can add the name of your class.
Cynthia is telling us that Ysleta and Clint are both using Google Classroom, Fernando.
Can you repeat that again, Peter?
Cynthia Nieto is telling us that Ysleta and Clint are both using the Google Classroom.
Oh, okay. So then I won't teach you how to use it because they probably know how to use it.
And they're saying, Cynthia also said that EPISD is using Schoology.
Well, I have actually not heard of Schoology. Let me go ahead and write it so we can look into that one because I have never heard of that one. That's interesting. And then, wow. So you probably know how to use Google Classroom better than I do. Thank you, Peter. Okay, so let me go ahead and move to the next one, to the next tool that we're sharing. And it's Kahoot. I believe that probably some of the UTEP students might know this one. And I think that you, just by looking at Kahoot, you might even remember the music that it has. But let me go ahead and show you how it looks. But you know what? First, let's play a game, and then I'll show you how it works. Let's go ahead and do that. So join me at this link, so you can see how it works. You're gonna see something, Carla?
Are you gonna share it?
Right. Let me go ahead and share the screen. There you go. Sorry. Okay, let's wait a little bit more. We have 22. We should have around 30, maybe. Okay, let's give you guys a little bit more. This is a super short Kahoot, but it's just so you guys can see how it's used. 27. Okay, I'll go ahead and get started and make sure that you win. I hope that you guys are ready to answer the questions. Okay, some of you got it wrong. Okay, let's go with the next one. Are you guys ready? Elizabeth is number 1, but not a lot, but it's number 1. Okay, the next one is let's see how many get it right. You couldn't see the answers? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what was that. Okay, but if you can see the answers, but you can see the game, that gives you an idea of how it works. So sorry, Francisca and Sarai, that you can see them. Ooh, Ashley first place now. Okay, third question. Okay, that one was a hard one. Let's see who's in first place. Sirena is in first place. And it's super close, what, 1 point? Okay, let's go to the last one. True or false? If you haven't realized, I'm a huge Friends fan. Okay, let's see who won. Who was the fastest to answer this one? Who won first place? Congratulations, Serena. Congratulations. The reason I made different things for you guys to see is that for you guys to see that you can use it for many different things. You can also add videos for questions, or maybe an extract of a movie and then ask them to identify it. So it's super broad what you can do with it. You can do math problems, take a picture of them, and then have them answer it. And it's not only live. You can also do it as a lesson. So let me go ahead and stop it. Pear Deck is also another very useful tool that we're going to be using, that we're going to be teaching today. Pear Deck, it helps your presentations become more interactive for the students, so that way they can be answering you live questions when you're presenting. And we're going to go, so let's start by going to peardeck.com. And then in this case, we're gonna go ahead and go to teacher login. We're gonna teach you, or your students are gonna be joining a sessions, but in your case, you're gonna be going to teacher login and creating your account. Once your account is created, it's gonna log you just like mine. It's gonna log me directly because I already have my account. So in this case, we're gonna be using Google Slides. You can also download the add-on to your PowerPoint presentations, which is gonna be useful for some of you. But in this case, we're gonna be showing how it works on Google Slides. So once we have it, we go ahead and go to create a lesson. Okay, so once we're in Google Slides, my apologies that mine is in Spanish. I created it a while back. So here it should say add-ons, and you're gonna have to download it or install it. In my case, I've already done that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do open Pear Deck add-on. So it is creating it. And here we have it. Okay, so let's go ahead and insert a new slide that we can use. And in this case, let's call it, what is the add-on? I'm sorry. What is the result? And let's do 1 plus 1 equals. And under choice, we're gonna give them some options. So option A is going to be 1, option B is gonna be 2, option C is gonna be 3. So we update the slide and it's creating it. So once we have our presentation, we're gonna go ahead and click on start lesson. And you have two options, student paced or instructor paced. Student paced is going to be really helpful, especially now that students are or may be online, and that they can follow your presentation at their rhythm. If you were going to be using it in your classroom, for example, if you're presenting, sharing your screen, you can also use the instructor paced activity. In this case, let's go ahead and use the student paced so you can follow it. Okay. So I created, it's launching, and it should be loading anytime soon. Okay, so we got it. And it's loading. Okay, here while it loads, you can see the join code. Okay, in this one, you can share with your students. In that way, they can add it to their phones or their tablets or their computer, and then they can join your presentation and interact with it. And then once they start joining, you're gonna see how many you have in your class. In this case, we have this logon, and then you're gonna be seeing the presentation, and then we're waiting for responses. So let's wait a little bit, and then here. So we have a question, and the answer is B. So you can see that the student who answered it correctly. And in this case, as you can see, you cannot see who answered it until you have finished the presentation. And that way you can go back and see what student responded to each question. And this is particularly helpful if you want to ask some private questions or you want to embarrass some of the students and encourage participation this way. And if you can ask them, obviously, how they're feeling that day, if they're understanding the presentation, and that way they are not ashamed that all their students are going to see the response. So this is very helpful for that. And so that's it for Pear Deck. Quizzes is another tool that you can also use for your classes. It's very similar to Pear Deck and Kahoot, so I'm not gonna go a lot into it, but you can also feel free to use it and play it. Some people like it more than the other ones. I personally prefer Kahoot, or Perdeck. My favorite one is Kahoot between the two of them. And quizzes, I have not used it as much, but many professors use it and like it. So that depends on the style that you like to use, or how do you want to create your classes. So you can also go ahead and create, and then go for a quiz, create a quiz, mathematics. Next, my apologies. So let's go at math 1301. And then you can start by creating multiple questions or the previous options that we had. So, my apologies. So, mathematics. So multiple choice, checkbook, fill in the blank, poll, open-ended, slide. So it depends on how do you want to use it. So that's for quizzes. For the homework, your first homework is going to be create accounts in all of these different sites that you can be using. This is going to be particularly helpful at the end of the semester when you're going to be presenting your curriculum, the curriculum that you created, and you're going to be using some of these tools. So this way you have your first step into using them. And we obviously highly encourage you to not only create accounts, but go ahead and play with them, create a little bit, so you can get more familiarized, and hopefully maybe you learn something about them and apply them into your class. We're gonna be uploading this one to your Google Classroom, which you can join either on the left side or on the right side once we quit on presenter mode, or I think we're gonna be emailing you the code. And then I think it's in the middle. Well, you can click on it and join the Google Classroom, and there you're gonna be uploading your homeworks. You can go ahead and create it and show us all the links if you want to do it on a Word, and just show real quick that you have created your account, and that would be the homework. That's correct. The next Monday is just a hangout time. Feel free to be here. Feel free to do your homework during that time. You're more than welcome. If you have questions, you can absolutely join us and be here to ask those questions. Or if you want to be here and get to know other of the students that are also in the program, we highly encourage it. As Peter was saying, we want to build a community. We want to build a partnership between all of you, so you guys can support each other, and that we can help you guys as well. So, yes. Mike, if you want to go ahead and present yourself. The wizard, Mike.
It's me. Sorry, I was at Utah Ball. We're rebooting our network for an expansion of one of our what's called the Learning Studio, which will be a place where pre-service teachers can go and record themselves and do some really cool interactive, both face-to-face as well as online video for their classes, and that includes faculty at UTEP. Anyway, my apologies for joining late. They rebooted the network to do that, and there were some issues, and we had to solve it, and so I had to run home so I could join in, because it's going to take a couple hours to get it back up. But I'm Mike. I'm the Director of Learning Environments. If you need any help or questions with the tech side of the house or the teaching side of the house, or just have questions in general, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my email in chat. And it's nice to see all of you here this evening, and that you can kind of see me. Sorry, my computer's at an angle. So this is what I actually look like. No weird emoji. And then this is what my emoji looks like. So just in case you see my emoji one of these days, that's it. So have a nice evening, and I'll turn it back over to Fernando and Carla.
Thank you, Mike. Maybe you heard, he's the Director of Learning Environments. So now we're throwing another name into the mix. So yeah, Learning Environments. If you have been to the UGLC, you might know Gaia, which is room 202. In Gaia is where we have everything that we were saying before. We have 3D printers, we have a CNC machine, we have circuits that you can use to create circuits, and we have also tools to for soldering, and with the building is the Undergraduate Learning Center, which is the UGLC, better known for. And in that space, we have many tools. We have paintings as well. And right now, we are not open due to the current situation. Hopefully, we'll open soon, and that you guys can visit us and use the tools that we have. Is everything free? Everything is free, and it's open to all the community. So even if you're not a student, you are free to join. We are also going to be hosting some workshops or personal learning experiences later in the semester, and those are going to be online. And those, once we go back to the building, you can join them physically there, and we'll provide all of the tools that you might need for that workshop. And we have competitions and everything. So is there free lunch? Actually, sometimes there is. You might never know we're gonna have free lunch. That may happen. and feel
free to join us and go to the makerspace once it opens. We definitely do have free tools to use to learn 3D printing, laser engraving, CNC. Like Mike has mentioned, there's a lot of different tools for students to use. Don't limit yourself for this is only for engineers, or I don't have any experience with CNC. The staff were there to teach you. So if you want to, I don't know, create a new artwork in your house and you want to engrave a piece of wood, we have the tools to do that. So bring your wood, and we'll be more than happy to help you, not only how to carve it, but maybe how to design and how to use different softwares to be able to create the logo or whatever design you would want to implement. But if you follow us, STEMGrow Teach on social media, we will be reposting some of the Gaia workshops, but you can find Gaia in Facebook. So let me open Facebook really quick to be able to share with you the link.
And yes, like Mike was saying, we sometimes or quite often we have persons from Autodesk, from Disney, from Lucasfilms, from LucasArts. From LucasArts. So some of you might hear that name and be like, Star Wars. Yeah, that's correct. From Star Wars. And we have from Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and other big companies come and give workshops every now and then. It used to be more common when we were there physically, but they may happen once we're back in the semester. So
definitely, yeah.
Actually, one of our students is building an R2D2 in 3D. So she's printing all of the parts to build how we call it in Mexico, which is Arturito, but it's R2D2. And you can also do that, and it's completely free. And yeah, you might see us there as well.
With that said, we're gonna go ahead and get off of presentation mode, and feel free to jump around table to table, just double click and ask us questions if you guys have any. If not, this concludes today's presentation, and we look forward to hearing from you in the next class, and hopefully being able to read and see all of the different tools and accounts that you were able to create as part of your assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of presentation mode, and feel free to join our table if you want to talk to us. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, guys.